A portion of this video is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. For more information about Sheath, visit the link in the description below or wait till the end of this video to hear more about them from me. The hypocrisy and the projection of these people is something to behold. What is the oxygen deprivation situation in the Oval Office? As I wrap this week, my first week back after being on a trip for a while, I wanted to thank Garrison Hayes and Boston Bryan, two exemplary individuals who stepped in and guest hosted on this channel while I was gone. If you haven't already, go support these two awesome individuals in independent media, Garrison Hayes and Boston Bryan, who host Blunt Politics, both on YouTube. Both do spectacular work that needs more eyeballs on what they do. Independent media, this is a rough and tumble, a lot of competition in this space, and I think that you should go check them out and support them by subscribing and checking out their work. Now, let's get to the topic at hand today. A wise man once said that it can only good happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. Apparently, though, that doesn't come into account when we're talking about incidences in the Oval Office itself. Yesterday, two men were rendered unconscious in the Oval Office, one being a Novo Nordisk or some pharmaceutical executive, and the other was Donald Trump himself. Donald Trump passed the fuck out in the Oval Office. But Sleepy Joe, right? Isn't that what they say? Sleepy Joe. Here is the moment, and the camera will be trained upon Dr. Oz for just a little bit, but then off to the left screen, when they go wide, you'll see Donald Trump seriously just passed out. Then we'll get to the unfortunate medical incident where the man lost consciousness, while Donald Trump was absolutely empathy-free and unconcerned about his well-being. First, though, Donald Trump passed out.
In fact, we think these deals, and this part's very important, we believe these deals within 2 years, by the time the ink dries on these contracts that were signed earlier today, within 2 years, based on our health improvements, we will be budget neutral. These drugs will not cost us money. The American taxpayers will be getting their money back. That's how important it is for us to reduce the costs of healthcare in this country, especially when it's due to preventable problems like obesity. In addition, we have an update, Secretary Kennedy. We thought it was 125 million pounds. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 million pounds by the midterms. But I don't measure it in pounds. I measure it in saved lives. People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia, all the things we know are associated with obesity and much more.
The hypocrisy and the projection of these people is something to behold. Now, the comments that Dr. Oz made, I'm going to address them after, but I want to talk about the dangerous atmosphere that must be. What is the oxygen deprivation situation in the Oval Office? You got Dr. Oz talking about obesity being a leading cause of Alzheimer's, and then they cut to Donald Trump, our obese president, who might very well suffer from Alzheimer's, and we're putting two to two together, right? It wasn't the only, again, pass out situation in the Oval Office. In the middle of another executive's remarks, there was an incident where one of the executives, you stand for a while. They warn you about this. When I was in the Marine Corps, if you stand in formation for a long time, they tell you not to lock your legs back, to bend your legs, to get a little blood flow. Otherwise, you might pass out. This happens. You see it all the time. And I think this is what happened with this individual. The only problem was Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he acted like he was going to get framed for murder. He ran out of the room. You'll see this on the clip. And Donald Trump, absolutely unconcerned.
And creating high-value jobs. But today, are you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
Press out. Press. We're going. Thank you, press. Press. Right, guys. Cameras. We're done rolling. Cameras.
Look, I hope that guy's okay. I don't know. Inexplicably, it was like you needed the cartoon noise effect of people when they getting ready to run, like in a Scooby-Doo episode. Ruh-roh. He ran out of there like he was going to get accused of something, while Donald Trump did nothing. They caught this photo, this unbelievably, what a beautiful metaphor for what is literally and metaphorically happening in our country right now. There is medical attention being given to someone while Donald Trump looks off into the distance, completely unconcerned. That is a work of art, that photo right there. I mean, other than him just being normally a little bit sleepy, that is wild. Now, let's get back to Dr. Oz's statement there, which is in itself a ridiculous metaphor for something. Maybe it's the fact that they just don't understand math. Dr. Oz multiple times has repeated Donald Trump's claims that the prescription prices are going to be down not just 500 or 600%, but 11, 12, 1,300, 1,600%. Can I hear 1,800%? How about I do? Like an auctioneer. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And he made this claim. In addition, he says, we have an update, Secretary Kennedy. We thought it was going to be 125 million pounds that Americans would lose by the midterms. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 billion pounds by the midterms. The midterms, November 3rd, 2026. 135. Let's just do a little calculation here. So we've got 135 billion pounds divided by roughly 340 million people in the country. Listen, if you want to do your part, your patriotic duty, you're going to have to shed 391 1/3 pounds by next year. You have less than a year, fewer than 365 days to get on the stick and lose 391 pounds. Oh, come on. Who are these people? Stop electing stupid people to high office. And Dr. Oz knows better. Dr. Oz is an actual heart surgeon, a wildly trained, presumably highly educated individual. You got Donald Trump passing out in between, calling Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. There are not this many photos of Joe Biden passed the fuck out at White House events in public. It just doesn't happen. It didn't happen. Yet he's still Sleepy Joe, apparently. But MAGA, they're not up in a twist about Donald Trump being asleep at every single event, standing up, practically falling asleep. It's the hypocrisy that gets you, right? Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this conversation. We can have it in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Please do me a solid. Go like and follow the Facebook page, Dollemore Daily, that we're just getting off the ground. And you can also leave a voicemail on the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Do not forget to go support, go follow, go like, go subscribe to Garrison Hayes on all of the platforms that he is on. And I think he's on all of them. Maybe not the Nazi Twitter anymore, but everything else. And also Boston Brian from Blunt Politics. They both do great work. They both answered the call to really help me out when I was leaving town. And I like to introduce up-and-coming creators that don't get enough appreciation using however big my platform is. I think I owe it. I wish that had been the case for me coming up with more people. So I want to pay it forward. I am not a ladder puller, meaning I used a ladder to attain some level of success, and then I pull that ladder up behind me. I don't want to be that guy. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another. It is absolutely difficult to keep a cool head in this political climate, especially with the added aggravation of these overheated outdoor temperatures. How can you be expected to conduct any clear-headed discourse with your drawers in a sweaty soup? My go-to for keeping things cool Sheath underwear. I'm wearing a pair right now, and let me tell you, it's like nighttime in the desert down there, all day long. Head to sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore to score 20% off and upgrade yourself to the most comfortable underwear that you'll ever wear. How do they differ from your average boxers? Well, let me tell you. Invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq, Sheath's boxer fabric is designed with a moisture-wicking technology. Their underwear features a unique dual pouch system that keeps all your man parts comfortably separated instead of sticking together. We all know the feeling of the old eggs getting stuck to the pan, if you know what I mean. My favorites are the airflow meshes, which seem especially equipped to handle my thighs, bigger thighs. But Sheath has also tons of other fabric options and designs that you can get into. And I'm clearly not the only one singing the praises out there. Sheath are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 five-star reviews. Also, Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders. So while you're upgrading your undies, you can be making the world a more upstanding place too. It's tough to focus on draining the swamp when you are swampy mess yourself. Sheath's boxers will help you keep the temperature down by bringing up the level of comfortability. Score 20% off right now at sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore.